So if you are finding it hard to see the screen here, you can join this link and see it on your laptop or mobile. Recording today. Today I thought it would be nice to start the lecture with one story. As I told you, the story also has a lesson for today's session. As I told you, I didn't have plans as to what to do in life till I was 18 or 19, and maybe even till the time I came back. But in my family, there was this very unsettled, just like in the Idiots movie, that you have to either be a doctor or an engineer. And I didn't know which, so I took up both maths and biology. My brother was very sure he wanted to be a doctor. So he took up biology. He is 2 years eldest to me, and then he started appearing for all medical exams. And as you know, I think MBBS is quite complex. And 10 years back, it was all zero. So 2 years passed by, and he was unable to get a seat in any medical college. And my parents started worrying. What he did was he to grab this exam. So my father, he figured out a backup plan. If you are keep yourself on that you to give a math exam. Recently, it is 12 2 years ago. He was trying for 2 years to get into Manila. And then he asked him to give a maths exam. At that time, I was preparing for my 12th boards, and it was very amusing for me because my parents asked me to teach my elder level maths, and I was very happy that I could show some dominance over him. So he started, and you see how typically we have math, we have a formula. First, what's characters? He started like that, but here is the formula, here is the question. Let's solve it. Told him the formula, gave him the question, tried for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I was completed. So I asked him, are you done? And he said, yes, I'm done. Where the formula came? And he was not even solving the question. And then he did it for remaining of our preparation. Whenever I gave him any question, he was focused on the form, where it came from. One day before the exam, I was worried this guy is going to face. But he ended up doing pretty well. He passed basically. So now the point that I'm trying to convey is what we are not trying to do is to be an all knower. It is okay not to know some things. Like there are people who have worked much before us to come up with certain things, and our idea is to use those things. So we don't want to reinvent the wheel. There is a very good term for this in computer science. Can you tell me? You don't reinvent the wheel, you use something which already exists. It has very nice terminology, which you'll see again and again in all your courses. Can you guess? You need not know everything about the thing to use it. Let's say a car. Does it ring some bells? It's called abstraction. Have you heard of that before? That means that there is something which already exists. So you don't have to open up every black box to see what is inside it. You are going to build on top of that. And that's what we are going to do in today's session. We are going to take some very basic Java syntax. Now, for those of you who are seeing Java for the first time, it's going to be a little bit cryptic, right? So for now, take some things as given. I'll tell you what are those things. So there are certain parts code that we are going to treat like placeholders. And the remaining things you fill in, and you are going to see is going to be pretty much like your C language. I'll tell you where the placeholders are. And with the time, we'll actually uncover everything. What does everything mean? So as an example, in C, you start your code with hash include. In Java, you might start with something like a class hello. Now we don't know yet what a class is, and we'll probably study that in a few weeks to come. But for now, we'll just take that as a placeholder. So we are not going to do the same mistake that I did when I started learning Java. So in Java, you write your main function as public static void main. And I spent 1 month in understanding what these 4 words meant and ended up not doing any programming and found it very boring and quit. So take something this placeholders and start writing. You want me to turn off the lights? Can someone do that from that? Before starting, briefly about the grade distribution. Oh, it's too dark. We should keep some light on you. That is fine. That's one light. It can be quite. For your regular lab, you do in the lab. Okay, so that can I explain silence? We will have 10% of weightage to that. And one of the idea of the course is not to do control C, control V. Whatever code you are going to write from scratch, even in the science from ChatGPT or from website, write it on your own. And in order to enforce that on you, you have to submit written codes, handwritten for all your labs. So maintain a notebook for that, which will be checked after every 2 or 3 labs, like you used to do in schools. Right, and at the end have a homework completion kind of thing. So that's one thing. For your project, any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you are disturbing my class, I'll start sending you out one by one. I really expect silence. First class was fun, but now we are talking technicalities. I really expect silence. When I want you to talk, I'll let you know and then you can discuss. We'll have a project component on which you can start working right from next week when we are going to see some principles of object-oriented languages. Your projects will be peer reviewed. Do you know what that means? We are going to grade each other's work with some well-defined rules. So peer review is a policy which is mostly used for scientific articles. That time I'll tell you the rules for this. I don't want to spend much time today here. So let us start with doing some of actual coding. I don't want you to work with any IDE for now. So no Eclipse or any other IDE. We are going to work with terminal or your PowerShell or your command prompt, whatever you have, so that you can actually see what is happening when you compile a Java code or when you run a Java code. So for those of you who are okay, so for those of you who are Windows users, you can open PowerShell. So it will help if you do it alongside. Okay. For those of you who have Linux, you can open terminal. And for those of you who have Mac, you will also be having a terminal. If you have successfully installed Java, you should be able to run this command, Java-version, which will show you what version of Java is installed on your system. So can you quickly check it? Okay, done. I'm also going to tell you some very basic commands of terminal here, which you'll also be looking into probably your first lab in operating systems. So we are going to navigate through the system, not with your GUI, where you have all those buttons and you can push the cursor around. We are going to do some certain things right here in terminal. Right? So as an example, if you write PWD, it shows you currently where you are in your system. It stands for present working directory. You can do an ls, which is going to show you all the files and all the directories which are here in your current directory. So as you can see, I have documents here. So I'm going to do a cd documents. Cd documents will bring me to the documents folder. Now it is very much like how you do it in the GUI, right? You can go here and let's say users YYTGP. This was where we were previously. And when you do CD documents, you have actually entered inside the documents folder here. So you can also do it with GUI. If this terminal you are not very comfortable with, but I prefer terminal. So we are going to create a new folder here. You can create it at any place in your system where we are going to write all the Java codes. Now you can do right click here and create a new folder, or it is faster if you make it through this command. It's called make directory command and write a new folder name. So let me call it Java P for Java programs. The moment you do it, you can see here and a new folder Java P is created. I'm going to go inside this folder and this is the place where we'll be writing all our codes. Now to create a file here, again, you can do it the raw way. You can open a notepad or a notepad plus editor, save the file here to this directory, or you can directly create a file here. So let me say, it will help if you install notepad plus instead of notepad. It will save you a lot of time and it will help you keep the orientation of your code correct. Let's say notepad plus and I'm going to create a file called hello.java. Just give me a moment. It doesn't understand this command. Notepad plus. So if you simply do notepad followed by a file name, it will work for you. So if you say, let's say notepad hello.java, it will open up a notepad window. It will create a file for you and you can start writing your code here. Right. So I'm going to do the same thing with notepad plus. So this is the place where we are going to write our first code. I'll give you 2 minutes and I'll just come there. Let me know if you have any doubts so far. Maybe I was a bit quick. So let me know if you are facing any problem. All we have done till now is we have made a folder where we have all our Java and we have created a file. Right. New folder Java in your documents. Ensure that you navigate to it correctly. You should go to C, go to users, select your primary user, and then you go to documents. You'll be able to see your folder. Right? So if you directly click on documents here, it's a different documents. You won't see your folder here. So I'm again repeating, go to C, users, your username, documents. And again, there is no necessity that you go to document. You can simply write your code on desktop also. Okay, so shall we start writing the code? So use a plain editor for writing your code, and what we are going to do as the first thing is write a simple hello world program. I hope all of you are aware with what that is. Okay, so I'm going to write the code here and I'm going to tell you what the placeholder is. Placeholder is the stuff that you should treat as black box for now. So I'm going to create a class here and you can give it any name, hello. Again, do not worry for now what a class is. We will see it in the next lecture. We are just going to see how we can write a functioning Java code for hello world. Now, just like C, you should have a main function in Java. That is from where your code starts executing. So as I told you, it's a forward thing, public static void main string args. Right, so for now, you can type it as it is. There are certain things that you should remember and we'll uncover them with time. And the command for printing your hello world is that's all. This is our first code. Now you can save this code in Java P folder, or you save this code in any folder of your choice. You save this code wherever you want on your computer. But the point is, when you run this, when we are going to run this code from your PowerShell, you should be inside that folder, or you should give the complete path. I have written this code inside my Java P folder. The code is located here, hello.java. I'm inside my Java P folder here. From here, I'm going to compile it and run it. Okay. So the command to compile this code is javac followed by your file name. Okay. Your file name is hello.java. Before we continue further, this is a very basic code. So for now, keep it as a template for every Java program. You will see these lines in every program. So get used to these lines. So all this code over here is a placeholder code. This entire thing over here is your placeholder code, which we will uncover with time. So let's. So now what I wanted to show you and why I don't want to use any IDE is the moment you compile this code with this command javac hello.java, you'll see an additional file here, which is a class file. This class file, then we are going to execute with the command java followed by your class name. So look at the name of your class file. It's also hello. So you do this and your code executes. Do this much and let me know if you have any doubts, each of you, in pairs. Those of you who want to see the code, okay, I'll repeat one thing here. So don't become too confused with your path names. Right? All I want you to do is you open Notepad. So let's say I'm just opening Notepad. You write your code here, whatever it is. So I'll just copy paste it from here. Right? The point is you should know where your code is.
Right? Once you save this code, you should know where you are saving it. So if I save this code, let's say hello.java, you see the location, it's currently in documents. Let's say I save it on desktop. You can save it anywhere. So I'm saving it on desktop, save, and right, so here you see this code on desktop, the same code. You can create any folder, you can do it on desktop, documents, anywhere. But the point is when you run this code on your PowerShell, you should run it from the same location. Since the code is on your desktop, the path here should be your desktop. If you don't know how to come to that, you can right click here and I think you should see this option in all the operating systems. Click on open in terminal. Right, and you will see that path automatically come here. Now you can do Java C hello.java and Java hello. Right? The only point is you should know where your code is. Is ERP attendance working? Okay, I plan to do many things today, but I think we ended up spending a lot of time here. Let's do a few more things. So now this syntax might be seeing a little bit cryptic to you. Use it as a placeholder, but do not copy paste this code. Always write it on your own. That's how you will be able to practice it. So you'll see questions in exams where you will be asked to write the code from scratch. So you won't be able to copy paste it there. Okay, now help me with this. Let's say I want to print this hello world 10 times. What can we do? So now is where the syntax it starts becoming more like your C syntax. So can you help? From this point onwards, you'll see that the syntax is pretty much like C. All your conditionals, your loops, they are exactly the same like C, even your operators. So what should I do if I want to execute this line 10 times? I want to print it 10 times. Lost? Which loop? Right, so you can use a for loop and pretty much the same way as you did it in your C. So you can do int I. So I'm expecting that you remember all your C syntax. Let's say 1. I less than equals to 10. I plus plus. That's all. Do I need to make any other change? Is it correct or should I make any change? Looks correct. So if you want, you can put it in braces here. It's up to you. And if it is one line, you actually don't need a brace. And let's run this code. So you see this code is on desktop. So I'm going to run it from here. So you see my class file name is capital H hello.class. What went wrong? I have to compile this file first. I did that. Hmm? Somehow my original file didn't get changed. Now now one question and we will stop here. So I'm going to do a small change in this code. Okay, can you tell me the output of this code and you can try it for yourself also. Watch any videos. Yes, where them. There's one benefit.
She was. She's just listening to us. Or just have a doubt with me. But hello world care. Bro. Hello customer. Hello one is using Java top point to that. She told that don't worry about it. Tell you what it says. You see. I'm like, combine like find industry. Terminal you simply allow see. You not take five. No doubt. And then under dot slash zero doubt. But it's when you and finding dot slash zero doubt, you can actually perfect certain parameters. Running your code. Have the same thing really have it, but don't break your head. Or study it. Is it like giving my own like that? Yes, we see. Yeah. Right. Yes. Commands like CD, MKD, and whatnot. And then a CD you can just send a change and it will be direct. They have some even if you have to learn this. It's that easy. You can write things are really fast. Really fast. There will be some yeah, we have the same in the program of friends of this. And then it's standard news. The creation of private web, yeah, such cars now. Yeah, the thing is, it's like different as me and trackers. That's I pen outside. That's a pen of ouch.